Welcome back to Point Click Repeat. My name is Alan. We just discovered the Countess's body in this room. And once we leave, we're moving on to Act 5. Dum dum dum. Oh boy, this one's fun, you guys. I think this is the one I played the most when I was a kid, just because I had so much fun with it. Rex takes a bite out of crime. That's a little clue for later.
You're doing a fine job, Laura.
Thank you. Oh, what am I doing here? Oh, can't even save it. Well, I'm gonna pause it here for a second then. I thought I could save it so I could at least show you. But yeah, the act opens with you suddenly in the Mastodon room and this intense music playing. And there's someone chasing you. And yeah, oh man, I wish I could save it so I could show you. But maybe I'll go to the next room and see if I can save it there. Oh god, there he is. Okay, here we go. Let's save it. Who am I? Oh god, no, why? No, please, stop. There we go. Yeah, I like how they changed the animation too. For her running. But yeah, there's no explanation. I always wondered if there's like a scene missing from that. You leave the Countess's room and suddenly you're just... I'm also wondering if he'll come in and kill me. He seemed to be right behind me. Come on, bud. Let's head back. Maybe he's gone. Oh, there he is. Oh god. He just swung his mace from over there and it hit me. Okay, well. So again, I'm probably going to show you a bunch of deaths in this video, because I know exactly what to do, but there was so much trial and error when I was a kid to figure out what exactly you're actually supposed to do in this. For one thing, you have to go the correct route, but see, hello, and you're just standing there, and blammo. So that's, I mean, you know, trial and error kind of thing. When I do that, I go through that door and he just comes and kills me. Obviously I need to do something here. Now, you'll notice these doors are slightly open. We can actually close them. And that's not enough. We have to tie up the door like so. It's not going to stop him, but it's going to slow him down to give us some precious time. And same with this door. And there's a little bar we can put down. There we go. Now I know what you're thinking. Yeah, there's a chair there. Have to move that. Open this little window. But we can't crawl through it. I don't think it'll even let us.
It's the traditional sort of hinged transom that can be opened and closed for ventilation. It seems to have a lot of dust on it, as if it hasn't been used in a long time.
Fair enough. Anyway, we are doing that, but not actually climbing through it. And if you remember, this is kind of a dead end. I mean, there is that secret passage in that thing, but I don't know how to get through it this way, so...
You don't want to hide in here. The memory of Pippin's dead body and the blood all over the inside of the case convince you to look elsewhere.
Okay. Fine, we'll use this one. Oh, there he is. He's like, no, she's not here. I'll head back.
You hear the sound of someone breaking down a door in the next room.
Dun dun dun. Yeah, so that was our way of tricking him into thinking that I went in through there to break the door down. But then I guess he went back down. Can I save it? Here we go. Trixie Laura. Let's see if he's down here. I think he is. Come on. Oh yeah, there he is. Ah! Yeah. So it looks like he thought you were in that room, broke it down, saw you weren't, went down to the life mask room. But that gives us a good idea of what to do. Let's just head through it now, since he broke it down for us. Now I read somewhere that this isn't actually necessary, but this is what I always did as a kid, so we're just going to do it. You push this over, and then you use your wire cutters.
While this is...
Alright. And, yeah, that's supposed to slow him down. And there's actually a hidden door here. Dun, 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 dun. And let's hit this lever. Oh boy. It plays this nice happy elevator music, and you think, oh, maybe I did it. I escaped him. Now I can solve puzzles again. You'd be sorely mistaken. Because as soon as you leave, it does it again. And it goes back up, so he's probably calling it. So let's close the door.
You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Yep, a whole mummy. We just put a whole mummy in our purse. See?
It's a mummy from the Ptolemaic period, whose name was Pooh.
Cool. So silly. But then we put that there to bar against it. And now what? Where are we supposed to go?
A snake protrudes from the mummy case's headdress. You remember that the snake is a symbol of Egyptian royalty.
Well, we have a snake handling thing. Could that be?
The snake shifts just a little, and you hear a click.
Great, open. Oh. There we go. Yeah. Oh boy.
You hear ominous chanting as you encounter a strange ceremony.
Hello. Don't mind me.
Oh my goodness.
This is quite the room. Oh, there's the meat, friends. They're not even eating the meat, they're just carrying it. And there's the little ferret.
Excuse me, I was looking for the women's lounge?
Liar.
You're
It's
coming
Ramses.
with us, young lady.
I think you're making a mistake.
You've seen too much. We can't let you go.
Not to worry. I won't remember seeing this room, or you, or anything. Really. I've got a terrible memory. Can't even remember my own name half the time.
I'm sorry you found us. Our cult of Amon-Ra must remain a secret. There is too much at stake here. Too many important people are involved.
Cult of Amon-Ra? In the museum basement?
This room is a forgotten part of the original museum. We are safe here, as long as no outsiders are aware of our existence.
Oh, well, my lips are sealed. If you want to dance and sing and have little meetings down here, that's your business.
You cannot be trusted, Miss Bow. You're a newspaper reporter. We could be a featured article on page 1 of tomorrow's newspaper if we let you go.
But people are going to miss me. They'll search the museum.
The police will never find this room or your body.
Gulp. Oh no. Who are all
You
these
don't
people?
really plan to kill me, do you?
I know it's a cult, but
Of
still.
course not.
What a relief.
Kill is such an ugly
There's like
word.
14 people down here.
Actually, we're going to sacrifice you to
Like 3 in the
Amon-Ra.
morning.
Can we talk about this?
There is nothing to discuss. You should be proud to die in such an honorable fashion. Young
not.
Egyptian maidens used to fight for the privilege of being sacrificed to the great Amon-Ra.
Now wait a minute. I thought the ancient Egyptians didn't make human sacrifices.
You're familiar with the history of ancient Egypt, Miss Bow?
Well, I've learned a few things.
Perhaps we could test you.
Do I have any other options?
No.
We can test you or sacrifice you. It's your choice.
Let's go with test.
I'm liking this idea more and more. What kind of a test is it?
Amon-Ra may choose to intervene on your behalf. It is our tradition that we must let you live if you can answer Amon-Ra's riddle.
Great.
Of course, you'll have to answer the riddle with hieroglyphics.
I was afraid it would be something like that. Okay, what's the riddle?
Actually, it's a two-part riddle.
No.
What is the room you leave without entering?
Okay, so this was seeded throughout the game somewhat. I actually didn't even realize it was when I was younger. I think we just, we liked riddles as kids. So we were eventually able to figure it out without doing what you're, I guess, supposed to do, which is, first of all, talk to Ziggy way back in the speakeasy. And he'll give you these riddles. Like, if you remember, he said, oh, Ramsey's always giving me riddles. What is the room you enter with, or you leave without entering? And what is the room you enter without leaving? And the answer is on the blackboard, way back in Miklos's office. But not in like a. Oh yeah, I forgot that this is a. That's kind of annoying. They put it right at the end. Anyway, and you have to answer in ancient hieroglyphics. So. But yeah, really the clue on the blackboard is really just that they are in that passage, which is silly. But anyway, the womb is the room you leave without entering when you're born.
That's correct. Now, the second riddle. What is the room you enter without leaving?
Now, maybe you can figure it out. It's similar. It is your tomb.
Very impressive. You are the first person who ever answered that riddle correctly. The wise Amon-Ra apparently wants us to spare your life. Will you swear to keep our location a secret?
Yes.
Of course.
Then you may leave. May the great Amon-Ra guide your footsteps.
Thank you. Now I just have to outrun the person who's been chasing me.
Who is
Hasn't made it
chasing
here
you?
so far.
Do you think they'll find their way in here?
I'm not sure who it is, but I believe it's the same person who stole the Dagger of Amon-Ra from its display case. And I'm sure they'll find their way in here.
If that is true, they will not leave this room alive.
Oh, wow.
I suggest you leave through our secret escape route behind the altar. Go now, and remember your promise.
Alright. So, let's do another savey save. Riddle me that. Yeah, so that happened. So, once again, we can look at our suspect list. Riley's still around. Olympia's still around, but, I mean, she did seem pretty innocent when she discovered Countess's corpse, so... Wolf is still around. Ramses is apparently not the person chasing us, because he was the head of that underground cult. Steve's still around. Countess is dead now. Tut is still missing. And that's pretty much it. So, I'm pretty sure you can figure out what's going on.
There's an unconscious man in the coal bin.
What the?
Although the coal has dirtied his face and hair, it looks suspiciously like Steve.
That is suspicious.
There's an unconscious man in the coal bin.
Steve, being the large, unconscious type stevedore he is immovable in his current unconscious state, and he's got coal all over his body.
Alright, we'll move the coal. There we go. So yeah, you need to move the coal in the right spot, and then use the smelling salts. Ugh. And this is the part, actually I'm going to show you here. So you see he's paused there for a bit. And... Ow!
Steve appears to be in great pain. Steve appears to be in great pain.
I forgot about that soundbite. Ow! Let's see if we can give him his boot now.
While this is an interesting approach, it serves no practical purpose.
Come on.
While this...
Give him his boot. Alright, well, he's just gonna lie there.
The stone resists your best efforts to move it. This may be too big a job for one person to handle.
Perhaps we need a stevedore to help us. I don't know how long we can hang out here.
It's too heavy. You don't have room for it in your purse. It's not yours. You can't do anything with the shovel. You have more important things to do than use the shovel. Besides, the shovel is rusted into place.
So many different things.
This isn't a good shovel to use. Try the other one.
It's just like a big fuck you to adventure gamers. There's 2 shovels. I want them. Anyway, Steve's useless now. We can't move this without him. We're boned. I don't remember if this door does anything.
This door is locked, and you don't have the proper key.
Dang. Not even our skeleton key?
While this is an
Let's just open the furnace then. Yeah, that is how furnaces work. If you open the door, you'll get burnt to a crisp. So anyway, that's what I was talking about with the boot. So you need to give him his boot when he is about to stand up, otherwise your game's broken. You can't win. And I believe it's in this room. Excuse me. If you don't collect it earlier. So that's the thing that they fixed. That was very annoying. But here you go, bud.
Oh, my head. What happened? Laura.
Yes, Steve. I was so worried about you. Are you all right?
I think so. I remember hearing somebody coming up behind me, and as I turned around, somebody slugged me. Cripes, my head hurts.
They must have dumped you down the coal chute. Let me see where you were hit.
I'm all right. Don't touch it.
Honestly, you men can be such crybabies. Do you think you can walk? We have to get out of here. Somebody's been murdering everybody in this museum, and whoever it is after me.
I can make it. I'm with you. Where do we go?
Good question.
It is a good question. Luckily I know. It's this thing. Thank you, Steve. Let's make sure... Do I have to turn this on? Let's do it just in case. Let's go! Ah! Snakes! It's a snake. Oh yeah, you'll notice there's some hieroglyphics in this room. Or in this tunnel. And I believe... Someone might be able to correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it says like buy Sierra Games or something. It's basically like a little ad. But like a fun ad. Anyway, this is the time where you need the snake oil. Which hopefully you didn't waste. In this case, they just go, snake oil. Let's get out of here, fellas. Bye. Hurry up, Steve. So slow. Oh, this time.
You
Oh,
hear the sound
Jesus.
of gunfire from the direction of the furnace room.
Sounds like someone's chasing us, Laura.
Yeah, no shit, Steve. Oh god. Well, dang it. I kind of want to show this death. So let's try and grab
You
the
consider
rats.
grabbing
Oh.
one of the rats, but then you remember that wild rats can carry the plague. You're in enough trouble as it is.
Oh, no, here they come. Ah! Help, Steve! Oh, I can't. I'm dead too. You have a gnawing feeling you've made a horrible mistake. Rats! Dun, 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 dun. Oh, whoops, I should have saved earlier. Oh well, we can go through this quick. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm sure you've picked up on who's chasing us by now. It seems pretty obvious to me, at least. But, I will say, there's some... I think I missed it.
My...
There was like a conversation.
Good.
Sorry.
A heavy metal...
Here, we'll save it again. There was a conversation I think I missed, or I can't remember if it's in this version. There's a part where Laura starts to kind of like consider maybe Steve as the killer. And if they had like seeded that throughout the game a bit better, like that's a more plausible resolution, I think. The fact that he's like a struggling artist is what always like made me think maybe it was him, because why else would you be like putting the bodies in like artistic ways, if that makes sense, instead of trying to hide them, like sprawling them out for everyone to see, putting Ziggy's head in the Life Mask Museum, you know. It's just stuff like that that might have been a lot more interesting if it was Steve as the killer, but alas, he is not. He's with us. We're gonna smooch him if we can get out of here. Slow Steve would look at him crawl. Dun dun dun. Alright, snake oil for these bonzos. Get out of here. You yellow bastards. Yeah, so, you know, another game-breaking thing, if you didn't have the snake oil. There's another thing up here that's game-breaking. You basically need to be really prepared for this act. Ugh.
You hear the sound of gunfire from the direction of the furnace room.
Sounds like someone's chasing us, Laura.
Yeah, Steve, you're real smart. Anyway, you need the cheese for these guys. But you don't just want to throw it to them, because they'll just eat it and then come eat you. So you throw it down here. They all really want that cheese. Whee!
You watch in relief as the last of the rats scurries out of sight. You can barely smell an unpleasant odor, like burning hair.
Burning hair. That doesn't sound good, so that's kind of your hint to not take that doorway yourself. I believe you can throw the cheese down either one. I think if you throw it down this way, they just like kind of scurry away once you encounter them, or once you go through this door. But that one kills them. And I feel like killing them. Oh my god. I guess we're, I guess that tunnel leads to the T-Rex's mouth for some reason. Rex has some stomach problems. Well, someone's chasing us, so we should get out of here. Oh, excuse me, Steve. Steve, out of my way. There's someone chasing us. Don't you understand this?
Silence alone is great. Silence. It is better to know some of the questions than all of...
Steve! You killed us! You killed us! Oh. Anyway. Yeah, if you remember the intro to this, and, you know, long ago we discovered that pressing a button makes him talk. Chomp. Rex takes a bite out of crime indeed. And then we're gonna check and see who's really behind that mask. Dun 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 dun. That's it, guys. That was Act 5. We're gonna move on to Act 6, which is the final act, in the next video. We're gonna see what happens if we get the bad ending, what happens if we get the good ending. So I hope you're enjoying it, and we'll see you next time on Point Click Repeat. Goodbye.